we knew within 3 hours of meeting each other, we were getting matching tattoos. Hello, dreamers, believers, and bucket list retreaters. Welcome back to the Bucket List Retreats podcast. I'm Kelly Morgan Murley.
And I'm Nicole Johnson.
Nicole, thank you so much for co-hosting today.
Thank you for having me, Kelly. I'm happy to be here.
I'm tickled to have you here too, because Nicole is my right-hand woman watching me and making sure I don't make mistakes whenever we are working on retreats. Today, we are going to talk about booking a retreat with a double room where you know you'll be getting a roommate that you don't know. Right, Nicole?
Right.
That's something we both did, and that is exactly how we met on retreat in Bali. And they put us together as roommates. It was absolutely kismet, and we're going to talk to you all about it. But first, we are going to dive into retreat news. Nicole, did you know I was going to rope you into reviewing some news?
No, I didn't, but let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. The first piece of news I'm going to share, it comes from earlier in the summer in Spain. Spanish police said Monday that they had dismantled a group accused of running a spiritual retreat that offered hallucinogenic drugs and dangerous frog venom to clients from around the world. The gang is suspected of operating from a villa in the southeastern town of, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, charging over $1,160 for multi-day stays that included consumption of ayahuasca, San Pedro cactus, and frog venom known as Cambo. What do you think, Nicole?
I think I would be slightly terrified. I'm not that brave.
I'm not that brave either, but I think like the first thing that stuck out to me was $1,160. What retreat do we ever go on that's only $1,160?
None. You can't even go all-inclusive vacation.
No.
Yeah.
Right. So if I was giving advice to people wanting to use ayahuasca or that type of thing, to really research out those good places that have a lot of referrals and that type of thing. I was just watching a video about Liz Gilbert, the author, and she was talking about doing ayahuasca retreats. And I'm going to talk.
Is that where they sleep, I wonder, too, or just where they...
That looks like an ayahuasca ceremony to me, from what I've seen. Like everyone has a pail, a bucket to get sick in.
Yeah.
Oh, so no, I would just be really careful about those type of places and what they're offering. And then this frog venom, have you ever heard of that?
No, I have not.
It's kind of prevalent here in Arizona, so I have heard of it.
Okay.
But this, they were saying, is from the secretions of the frog. I know the frogs here in Arizona that people, they actually dry them out and grind them up and take it. So yuck. I don't know. The whole thing is just too much. So be careful, people, of what you book.
Yeah, I guess the lesson learned here is make sure you do your research, especially when you're going on something like this where you go and even the ayahuasca, you're going in your mind in an altered state. So make sure you pick a reputable retreat.
Right. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Okay. This next piece of retreat news, like I was mentioning, I was just watching Elizabeth Gilbert. She's the author of Eat, Pray, Love. She just went on a retreat. I'm going to try and play it. All right.
In darkness and what that was like for you. You know this feeling, and I know this feeling, and I bet others do too, called a full body yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So a friend of mine a couple years ago said, oh, I just did this like 3-day retreat where I went into total darkness in a cave in solitude and isolation. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that now.
You're like, may I please have those details?
I was like, right away, where, how, sign me up. And I think, with something like that, you either hear about that and you're like, God, no, or where do I
sign up?
Where do I sign up?
Nicole, what do you think? God, no, or where do I sign up?
I don't know if I'm do that, to be honest with you. In it,
I would be so afraid.
I don't know if I would be brave enough to do that one. Maybe like start with one day, one night, but
That's what I was thinking, like overnight, and where I'm
yeah,
sleeping most of the time. But yeah, if you go on their website, all of the testimonials, everyone just seems profoundly
really.
different. And yeah,
Where does
like,
this happen? Like what part of
yeah, I can share that. Let me share that too. Let's see here.
so you just sit in a dark cave for 3 days?
Yeah, let me just read it real quick. We are out near Klamath Falls, Oregon. The nearest airport is in Medford, and we can provide shuttling. Anyways, as you get closer to the line, you begin to encounter more rural and wild landscapes. You eventually pass one of our closest neighbors who is over a mile away from us. We are at the very end of a gated road. You will have an hour of orientation in which we will walk the land, get you situated, review the meal plan, run through the day to day, and answer any questions you may have. You will have the remainder of the day to settle into the space, get oriented and familiar with the cabin, and enjoy the surrounding elements. We highly encourage you to schedule a full day to unplug, slow down, and drop into your new rhythm before going into the dark. And then they say the dark. Just before sunset, we will come up with a meal and also have one final check-in and answer any remaining questions that you may have. We will show you how to do the final blackening out at the bottom of the door so you can enter into the dark when you are ready. With the exception of us coming to tend to your material needs once a day from outside your room, you will be totally undisturbed in the darkness until the end of your retreat. We can always make prior arrangements to come up twice daily for check-ins.
Oh,
That
wow.
might be a good idea. But one of the people was saying in her review that you can't see your hand in front of your face. But here is a picture of the place, and you have it's real cozy looking. It has a bed and a bathtub and I guess a toilet, they say, but it's
So you're
not
in
in the,
a room then. You're not like
yeah,
I was picturing
that,
a cave with like rock, and I was like, that would be so cold and dark. But
that's
yes,
what I was like. Oh my God. The thought of being underground to me isn't my favorite thought anyway. So that's already scary to me. But this is kind of like in a hillside. So you're kind of in a hill.
yeah, yeah.
Um, It says the basic needs that we daily tend are food deliveries, stoking the wood stove in the winter, and also giving you an opportunity to let us know if you need any additional support. Included in your dark retreat is 3 organic meals delivered to you once a day. We bring both these meals around sunset through a double door. There is pure and filtered mountain water on tap. So that's nice. You have water all the time.
Mhm.
But yeah, and they call it a cabin, so it's not like a hole. But it's called skycaveretreats.com if anyone wants to check it out. It sounds really interesting, and I had never heard of anything like that.
No, me not.
It kind of reminded me of the silent retreats. I've heard of those where you don't speak.
Yes, I would have a
Yeah,
hard time not speaking, as you know.
that would
I think
kill
you would.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would kill us. Yeah, the other night I went to a full moon eclipse float where you got in a pool and floated, and then there was a sound bath too. There was a gal playing the bowls and all this stuff. And I was thinking, boy, if Nicole and I were here together, we would have a hard time not giggling.
You want to hear something fun?
Yes.
I went to a sound bath on Sunday here in Red Deer with my friend, but it wasn't a floating sound bath. Like, what are the chances that we hadn't talked and we were both going to sound bath the same week? Mine was on Sunday.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
hilarious. Maybe it did have something to do with the eclipse, the full
maybe.
moon. I think, yeah, that's what they were, they and I kept looking up at the moon to see if it was eclipsing, but I guess they couldn't see it in North America is what they said. So it didn't. No, I guess technically it did, but I didn't see it happen.
Yes.
So that was really interesting. But yeah, okay. So I'm super glad we got to review those retreat news. I try to find something really interesting about what is going on in the retreat world. So I thought those were 2 really interesting facts.
I guess it just goes to show the possibilities are endless for retreats. Like, I did not even know these existed until now, and I never would have even thought, so anything is possible, depending
Well,
on.
and do we dare look at the one I did just send you the link to also? Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm not sure.
Okay, share. Baby! Can you see it?
Okay, I could probably go on that one.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Moroccan Magic. It is sold out. It is put on by Go Naked Travels.
Wow. It's like this?
It's a gay retreat.
Wow. Okay, then no. That one.
Well, it is a classmate of mine in my retreat blueprint course class. And but he sells out every single retreat. He's been doing a magnificent job.
Wow.
But he recently was talking about this one, which I was just shocked because they're going to Marrakesh. And it's a naked retreat. So I thought that was completely forbidden over there.
But
I haven't really...
Public, are they? Like, just in this Riyadh?
No, I would assume they're not. Yeah.
But even that, they have quite well. But Marrakesh is like, remember when we went and they said Marrakesh is more open to things like
right, like the
like
ladies
other
can...
parts. So maybe, but yeah, I'm kind of that as well. So I guess that's good though. Evolving.
I know. So I just got the biggest kick out of it the other day when he was sharing that. I'm like, do I mention that on the podcast?
Yeah.
So it's not really our genre or our type of people that would be going on that type of retreat, but you never know. You might know someone who wants to go to Marrakesh and go to that retreat or those type of retreats. So check out Go Naked. I know that he does some really great retreats and everyone seems to really love him. Now we're going to go to retreat news, and we have a beautiful retreat to review from Greece. The picture is going to make you want to go just the moment you see it.
Yeah, I already want to go. I have it up here. I would totally go with this.
It looks so pretty, and it looks like a smaller town. So we are looking at a beautiful picture of a pool overlooking a Greek landscape with the beautiful blue ocean in the background and another big island sticking up out there. And it says, reset, recharge, awaken. How do you say that name, Nicole? Kythera, Greece.
Kythera.
October, yeah.
And
Kythera, Greece. It's an island?
I believe so, yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So Kythera, Greece, October 18th through 25th. It's coming right up. I'm sure they only have a couple spots left, if any at all. It says meditation, yoga, tantra, satsang. What is satsang? I don't know what that is.
I am not sure. It says questions, satsang. It's questions and answers, channeling our divine self.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Rebirthing, breathwork, sound healing, and kirtan. That's another thing we'd have to look at.
Singing together, meditative trance.
Oh, I would like that.
If you go a little bit further down, it explains what everything is. I also will point out that it has yoga for all levels. So that's nice that they're not just making you have to be able to twist up like a pretzel to.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that too, because it's really important. I was just talking about that with someone else, that if you talk about yoga at the very beginning, sometimes it will knock people off because they'll be like, no, I don't want to do hard yoga. Or, yeah, that's for people standing on their heads.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So let's see what it says. This spiritual holistic retreat in Greece is for you if you want to achieve your full potential in life, free from limiting beliefs infused in your subconscious during your childhood. You want to open up and receive fresh inspiration. You have reached a plateau. It is always so nice to get away from your same experience every day to get new ideas.
Yes.
You are you are ready to detach from what does not serve you anymore. You are close to burnout. You have reached the I am successful now what point in your life. You seek deeper fulfillment and pleasure. You want to connect with your inner guidance, clarify your options, and move on. You are standing in a crossroad. You are open for empowerment and support, aiming to realign to your center. You are going through an intense period or crisis. So I think all of those moments that they're talking about is such a good way of telling people this is when you need to retreat. When any of those, if just one of those things is going on in your life, it is such an excellent time to retreat. So I like how they have that on there.
Yes, that sounds amazing.
It does. And then are those three different people? Yeah. So then they've got the facilitators, beautiful pictures of them. And oh, yeah, here they talk about all of those different things. So the kirtan, singing together in a meditative trance. I've done that in different yoga classes and really enjoyed it. It really helps with the reverberation when you're in a whole room and everyone's doing that noise. It just really intensifies the whole, practice. All right. Our retreat venue in Kathira, if I'm saying that right, in Kathira Island, we are hosting you in this beautifully elegant retreat resort. Our retreat in Greece is taking place in a location surrounded by a surrounded by a lush green landscape, breathtaking sea views, and soothing bird song. I'm totally booked already. You take it.
I can't lie. Went in to see the conversion rate and how much it would cost to go on this, because I would totally jump in. Yeah.
And I think I looked at the price and it looked like something that both you as citizens and Canadians could afford, which is nice.
Thing as a Canadian. So, yeah.
Right. It's a big deal. You take a deep breath and feel a sense of tranquility and dreamy calmness. This is the reality of our retreat space, a place designed for relaxation, rejuvenation, and self-discovery. Porto Delfino Retreat Resort is a hidden gem nested atop a dramatic hill overlooking the Capsali Bay for your relaxation and infinity swimming pools, spa facilities, and massage services. So I won't go on to read the whole thing, but it sounds like a really nice retreat. Is it, a 7-day? It looks like a 7-day retreat.
See, something like this too, like you could go, I believe I saw somewhere that it was 7 days as well. October 18th to 25th. So 7 days. So, I mean, being as you're going that far, if that was me, I would go on a little tour of the rest of Greece and then maybe end my trip with this reset, recharge, awaken retreat while you're there. That's what we do.
Exactly. That's our favorite thing to do. You're already flying, a third of the way around the world. You might as well stay and check things out. I do think they've done a good job of putting the webpage together. It shows the rooms, it shows the price. A lot of retreats don't like to put the price right up on their web's page, but a lot of people like to know that they're in the ballpark of what they're searching for. And they go on to talk about how you'll get there and some of the excursions, and the pictures are just beautiful. So I think this sounds like a great retreat. I would have to hop on the phone with them and get to know them a little bit and see if it sounds like something I'd want to do.
It's only $2,288.81 American. I need to become American. This is what I'm thinking. No, I actually, because it's probably includes all your food and everything. I would think.
Right. I didn't look at the food.
Well,
should
look,
have looked at
even
the food.
here, like I go to yoga. I went to yoga this morning, as you can tell. And if you don't sign up on a pass, it's like $25 to $35 for one yoga class up here. So even that alone, you know, plus everything else that you're getting with it, I think that's a pretty good value myself for
I
what
do too. When you're
Mhm.
looking, it's hard to be when it's, around that $2,000 mark, it's hard to do that by yourself and get all of the benefits that you get on retreat. That's what I love about retreats in that price.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we'll have to put this one on our bucket list, to be honest with you.
Sounds like to me
Yeah.
too. And the place looks really nice and clean and beautiful.
It looks like the perfect place to read that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the juicy stuff of how Nicole and I met on retreat in Bali. And I wanted to ask Nicole some questions about going on retreat. Was this your first retreat?
Yes, it was. It was also my first trip where everything was organized and taken care of for you, except when I went with high school international travel. But as an adult, and I'd always thought that it was easier and cheaper to do it yourself. However, after I did one, I tell everybody it's the way to go because it's so stress-free. You just show up. You don't have to worry about getting lost. Here's your room key. Like everything's planned in advance, so you can just sit back and enjoy it.
Yes. And then that's my favorite thing about it too. It's just
Yeah,
all ready to go. And if you plan it right, you have plenty of free time to do things you want to do,
exactly.
as well as whatever they're offering in the retreat.
Hmm.
When you were booking, and we were talking about booking a double,
Hmm.
was a single just out of the realm for you, or did you just think, oh,
I
this will be great?
honestly probably would never book a single just for financial reasons. I'm
Yeah.
single and I would rather take that extra money and spend it on shopping. Like Kelly and I really like to shop or
Yes.
paying for stuff. And I kind of feel that's how you meet people, because at least if you go to a retreat and you're roomed up with somebody, then you always have that person to do stuff with if you guys get along, for the most part. So that's
Hmm.
the nice thing about doing the retreats in the groups is there's always somebody to do something with. So it's okay to go alone. I mean, that's how Kelly and I met, and it was like obviously
Yes.
serendipity, I would say. So yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so I can't remember, I don't having any qualms on this retreat of booking as double. I think I had already been to a couple of retreats where I had booked doubles, so I was like, "Oh, this will be fine," and plus we were moving so much and so much was going on. I felt like this is, I'm just sleeping with this person or sleeping in the
Well,
same room with this
that
person.
and you're in your room such a short time. Like
Right.
I also tell a lot of people when you're going on a trip like this, a retreat or a group trip, most people who do these kinds of things are very like-minded people and are open to it and want to see the world, and everybody welcomes everybody because there's always someone that goes on their own. So, you're never alone.
That's a really good point.
That just go into it with a positive attitude and be
Right. Yeah, and it's true. Most people are in the same mindset. They're going for a lot of the same reasons. So
Mhm.
it makes sense that you're probably going to get along with the person that you get roomed with.
Yeah.
So Nicole was flying in from Canada and I was flying in from Arizona. And we must have been arriving at the same time, is why they put us on the same transport out to the retreat center, which is like 3 hours away. And so we met at the airport and then we found our driver, which took a little bit. And so I quickly ran up to the restroom and switched into a summer dress
So
because it was
hot.
so hot. Yeah. I'm like, hey, would you watch my bag for a minute? I'm going to go switch into a dress, which worked out. So then we get in the van with this guy and we're driving out to our resort and it's like 3 hours away. And if you've ever been to Bali, the traffic is absolutely crazy. And it wasn't just crazy in the city, it was crazy on the road too. Didn't you think?
Yes. Yes. I don't think
Yeah.
I arrived there. Definitely not in the city. Like,
But Nicole and I hit it off from the get-go. We were both just la, 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 talking the whole way. And I had said to her, I go, hey, I was thinking about getting a tattoo while I'm here in Bali. And she's like, oh, I have the perfect one. And so she showed us. She showed me a picture.
Well, I had researched on the internet and I taken screenshots of one that I liked and I showed her and she's like, I'm in. So that's how that happened.
I'm like, would you be offended if I got the same tattoo as
Then you know it's destiny.
Yeah. And I know we were both thinking it won't matter. We'll probably never see each other again. I mean, literally, we had just met. So it was just funny. But then we were telling the other girls in the retreat that, hey, when we get to the city, like 4 days in, we're getting a tattoo. And a couple of the girls were quite a bit younger than us. And they're like, well, we didn't really think that ladies your age would, be getting tattoos.
Well, we showed this way.
We did.
Ladies are, but that won't.
I know, ladies our age, we did, what's that, paragliding? Parasailing.
Mm.
And yeah, we had a lot of fun on that trip. So no wonder we became travel besties. One of the first things that I realized about Nicole is that she had wanderlust just like I did. And very quickly we were like, I want to see the world. And you were like, I want to see the world. So I had quite a few friends, but I could never talk anyone into going on the big trips. Oh, let's go to LA or go to Las Vegas. But I could never talk anyone into going on the big trips with me.
Me neither. Like all-inclusive week in Mexico is very, very popular for Canadians.
Sure.
But none of my friends probably would do a trip like that. I think maybe now that they've seen how much I enjoy them, maybe some of them might, but yeah.
Oh, Nicole and I, shortly after Bali, started working together on different retreats that we could go on. And we did take a group to Morocco. I think it was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a 13-day journey through most of the country, which was just fantastic. And then, of course, we've gone on to do some trips ourselves to Mexico, one time to Puerto Vallarta, this last one to a town called Huatulco, which is on the southern coast of Mexico, the furthest south I've ever been down on this continent, of course. But that is just so fun to find someone that has the same interests as you. You don't necessarily know you're going to meet that person. And it works out that it becomes someone that you do all types of things with.
Mm-hmm. And then Egypt. Yeah. Did Egypt.
Oh my gosh.
Or I just called, I'm going to Egypt if you want to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she did. She said, hey, I'm going to Egypt if you want to come. I'm like, well, this is probably my opportunity to go to Egypt. And on that trip, it was through Intrepid, and we were just the attendees on the trip. So there was 8 other people, a total of 10 of us. And the other people we had never met before either. So we ended up traveling all through Egypt with them and our guide, who is fantastic. And I see that he's doing his own retreats now. So maybe that's something we can get together with him and put on the bucketlistretreats.com. I've been thinking about it. I just need to get a hold of him and get it done.
Yeah, we've been lucky. We had excellent facilitators and guides with Morocco. They were amazing. We're still friends to this day. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. In every single trip that we've gone on where we've had guides, we became Facebook friends, and the connections are just fantastic. And another thing that I really love, of course, about having a travel buddy is that you and I can split the cost of things. Like when we went to Huatulco, we hired this guide. He picked us up from the airport. I think he took us on 3 different excursions, one waterfall, one boat tour. I forget the third one was.
The coffee.
Anyways, oh yeah, the coffee. And then took us back to the airport, and we each paid $300. Nicole pays more because she's a Canadian. So whatever $300 is in Canada converts to. But it's just so nice because you don't have to fork over for everything. Even when I travel with my husband, the cost is so much more than traveling with a friend. And one of my favorite things about Nicole is I'll be like, hey, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? The answer is almost always yes.
I was just
And
going to mention that because I was nervous to go parasailing in Bali, but I went because you really wanted to go. And then I wanted to do the hot air balloon ride in Egypt, and you were going to go because I wanted to go
yes.
but it got canceled. But it just kind of, you try things and then you do them and you're like, that was super fun, you know? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, that's what I thought is when you said you wanted to go hot air ballooning in Egypt, I thought exactly about us parasailing in Bali. And I'm like, well, hey, she did that with me.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm going to do this with her. And yeah, they had 2 high winds that day. So it got canceled. I was a little happy.
We'll do it in Turkey.
Okay. When we finally get to Turkey. Yeah. When I went to Tulum at the Twins retreat, they put us together in with our astrological signs. So the gal that they put me in a room with was an Aries, just like me, and she was a writer. She was a journalist, but she was much younger. And I think she had been on a lot more retreats. This was probably like my second retreat. And you know how I am. I'm always glumming onto everyone. Like I just want to be friends with everybody. But she was really more of a keep to herself type person. And it really actually gave me a lot of space to do everything at the retreat that we were learning. We were learning all about astrology, and it was really quite a bit. And I didn't have to I wasn't spending time gabbing all the time. I was spending a lot of time with myself, and it really gave me a lot of time to think. And I had a really good time, regardless of the fact that we didn't become best friends on that trip. So, I mean, I totally could have because she was from England. She was a journalist, and like I could have talked her ear off. But I was also worried about snoring. And she's like, girl, I wear earplugs. Don't worry about a thing. I'm like, okay. So she was just so super nice that I was like fine with her wanting to have her own time. And it was funny because she would come in at night after I had fallen asleep, and I would get up early mornings and take off before she had gotten out of bed. So we just fell into our own rhythm. And that's usually what happens with a roommate. So you don't always become the very best of friends for the rest of your life. But like Nicole was saying at the beginning, you're both on the same path. If you've signed up for the same type of retreat, and everyone usually brings their best person on retreat.
Well, and I think you just have to recognize that we're not all the same. Be respectful
Right.
of who you're staying with, and they will do basically.
Yeah, and another funny one that I remember is one of this Australian gal that came to the Morocco retreat the first time I went on retreat down there. She had put each and every outfit in a large plastic baggie, so she could keep them separated. And she heard
I
that was a really
Yeah.
great way to go. But on retreat, when you're stuck in a room with someone, especially if you're getting up early, she said those bags made so much noise. It was the worst plan she ever had. And she had everything perfect. So she was like tearing everything out of the bags and stuff. And I just got the biggest kick out of it because I know like that's the type of thing that pops up when you're retreating with like a roommate.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I always try to pack all my undies and all my bathroom toiletries together so I can just take everything in the bathroom with me.
Mhm.
And then when I'm done showering and stuff, then you can just leave, or put on your panties and stuff and get the heck out of there so the next person can hop in. But it's just those type of things that you work out when you get a roommate on retreat.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Make sure you check your luggage before you leave the airport to ensure it's yours, Kelly. I thought of that.
Oh my
And
God.
always wear compression socks because I did not on the flight all the way to
Oh,
Boston. And remember, I was puffed up like I was 9 months pregnant for 3 days.
yes. And you can get compression socks these days that aren't super compression-y.
Yes,
Like they aren't. Yeah. The first pair we both had that put all the crosses in our legs. It was funny because we both had the same ones, only mine were pink and yours were gray.
we do that. We mirror each other a lot. Definitely.
Yes. Yeah. But yes, it's really important. So the story that Nicole is alluding to, I had met her in Montreal, or was that
Montreal.
Toronto? Okay. Yeah. So when we met, I felt like my bag was going to explode because I had all the retreat stuff in there and it was just huge. So I went into the luggage store and bought a strap that said Canada. It was a red strap that said Canada in big bright letters. And I put it around my bag and cinched it and blah, blah, blah. I
It
must
was
have
like
been before.
turquoisey colored suitcase too, which isn't all
Yeah,
that.
it was this American Tourister suitcase that was very popular. Like
Yeah.
several people had it, obviously. And I don't, seems like it's weird that I had it. Oh, was it the second flight or something? Anyways, I don't know how I checked it. It seems like it wasn't checked, but it was checked.
Yes,
So when,
carousel, the luggage carousel.
yes. So when we arrive in Casablanca, Morocco in the dead of night, or it may not have been the dead of night, but it was dark as heck and it felt like it. My bag was one of the first ones out. Here comes this blue bag with this bright red strap on it. It says Canada, looks just like my bag. And I grab it. Well, it wasn't my bag. I didn't look at the tag to confirm. So let that be your lesson, even though you think it's your bag and you've done something identifying to it that makes you feel like it's your bag, still check, make sure it's your bag. So we hop in a taxi. We're headed into town and I get a text. Luckily, my phone worked and the person that had my matching bag or had my bag got my number on there, texted us, and then we tried communicating to our taxi driver and we couldn't because we didn't speak each other's language. So she had a guide on her trip that she was on, the gal that had my bag, and she got her Moroccan speaking guide to call me and I gave my phone to our driver who finally understood we need to stop and turn around and go back to the airport. So it was just horrible because when we get there, it was a whole busload of people waiting for this bag. It wasn't just one gal.
But I think trips like just have to roll with stuff. I mean, it worked out.
Yeah,
You
it
got
did. It worked out. I mean, we held them up for probably a half hour at least. Or I should say I did. But boy, lesson learned there. In conclusion, I would say always book the double if you have that opportunity. It's really like the retreat leaders spent a lot of time on putting you together with who you're going to be with in that room. So it's usually not something that's just by happenstance. I know you agree, Nicole.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey everyone, do you have a beautiful picture that you want to make into a keepsake forever? On bucketlistretreats.etsy.com, we have been making the cutest and sometimes absolutely beautiful ornaments out of your pictures, and you want to get that done as soon as you can. I'm going to show you one that I made of Nicole and I. When we were in Puerto Vallarta. This is just different people. So you can send me your picture and we will put it on an ornament. And let's see, here's one that I made of myself when I was in Egypt. And here it is. There's Nicole and I when we were in Puerto Vallarta. And I love this because I was able to add some Mexican embellishment on the wreath around it. So they just make really cute gifts. Get on over to Etsy and let's get that going for you on this holiday season. Okay.
Coming, it will be here before we know it.
It will be here before you know it, and it takes a little longer when you're doing custom, so you want to really get on that. And also be sure to check out our retreats at bucketlistretreats.com. Our 18-day Southeast Asia getaway is coming up in February. We start out in Vietnam, go all the way through Cambodia, and end up in Thailand. It looks like it's just going to be the most amazing trip over there. Nicole, thank you so much for co-hosting with me today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Kelly.
I know that I'm going to ask you again when we go over some more topics about organizing your retreat and stuff. So you all will get to know Nicole a little bit better in future podcasts. Like and follow us on Spotify and on YouTube. And of course, all of the topics that we discussed today will be linked in the show description, so you can check it out there. So everyone, keep retreating, keep exploring, and we will see you on the next adventure. Bye.
Bye.
I love you, Gaga.
I can see a new horizon coming through the dawn. We're gonna find a new beginning in all that's come and gone. Say goodbye to cloudy Mondays, say goodbye to rain. I'll hold you in my arms until we both feel safe again. Somewhere I know there's a silver lining. Somewhere I know the light is shining through. We'll keep on searching up in the gray sky. Somewhere I know there's a patch of blue. Sometimes it can be hard to see beyond the distant past, but we can't walk forever on this broken glass. I know that you've been hurt before, and baby, so have I. We gotta learn to keep on living, learning to survive. Somewhere